everything's just going to spiral completely out of control, and FPX should be sitting pretty.
You'd have to imagine that would be the case, as here we do go, guys. Back into it. FPX up against Top Esports. I suppose I should have said that the opposite way, based on the way they are situated here in this one. As here we go. Just going to jump onto the Rift now for game number 4 of the first day. Off we do go. Seeing Grasp here on the Senna, going to be picked up down on the bottom side. And we're just posturing here, you know, we're just lining it up at the level 1. We've seen multiple times now, especially in the first 2 games. Teams go for level 1 invades, try to get ahead in the jungle, but it doesn't look like either side is going to go for that just yet. Not in this one. As we're getting a big zoom in there on Wukong. We all know that it's been a while since we've seen this guy.
And 369 looking to maybe cheese or do something. Level 1 here in this top rush. We'll have to pay attention to the junglers in the early stages and what they're going to end up doing. Senna has grasped with Bond of Life at bone plating as well. Presence of Mind helping her with any monopool issues that she could end up experiencing. Doinb not going to be actually taking the Predator, electing for the Comet instead. And yet again in the bot lane, we see the polarity with the 80 character, the Marksman plus the Yuumi support. One has Scorch and one has Gathering. And Tien goes in there, and what he's hoping to achieve there is that if Olaf starts with the Raptors, maybe he can get there in time to do something.
Yeah.
To the red. Not going to find it. And I don't believe that they saw what just happened.
Yeah, well, they are pinging it there, that the Kindred was in that position, so we'll see how Top Esports does react to that kind of play. Very curious about the top side, and seeing if 369 on the Jace can actually punish the melee champion that is the Wukong. And that is a very interesting Rumble skin. You don't see that one every day. I know a lot of people are big fans of Super Galaxy Rumble. Do you know the name of this one? I guess
I have no idea.
We play on the Korean client, so.
I have absolutely no idea. Normally I try to sell out skins during patch rundowns, but...
What?
Oh, speaking of which, the astronaut skins, fantastic.
Oh,
you gotta buy them.
Astronaut Bard, that's all me.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really nice dodge there. He is going to have to flash away, though, and the ticking damage is not going to be enough. As the corrupting pot, a little bit too strong. He gets away. And that's double flash for 1, so it's actually not so bad. He's going to miss some of those minions after all, but being able to dodge the gank and not give over first blood is very nice there for Khan.
Karsa's going to end up losing the left Scuttle Crab, even going to lose the right one, and that's where the mark is. So Doinb also crashing in this wave. And this is going to give Tien the freedom to move over onto the right-hand side, pick up this Kindred mark.
Yeah, definitely a much better start this game compared to the first game of the day for the Kindred. He's having a lot more freedom to kind of do whatever he wants. A little bit of, okay, Doinb is just getting in there saying, you're not just going to get a free push-off, buddy.
But he did.
Yeah, well.
A little unfortunate there. As Kindred is going to utilize the reset by the Corki to convert into stealing away some of the Raptors.
Look at this.
And yeah, Khan with a pretty good sidestep against the Undertow. If that had landed, he was 110% dead.
I mean, he reacted incredibly fast. Yeah. Like, he had no idea that he was there. There was a ward down and he wasn't spotted at all. So other than the timing of the jungle paths and just having kind of a sixth sense as a top laner, there was really not much of a way for him to know. So just really good reaction time by Khan, who is now pretty far ahead on CS already. Okay, just gonna go for a bit of a play down here on the bottom side, but not really gonna push on in there.
Not gonna be able to really find anything. Jackie Love comes back in off of teleport, has Sork Pen boots, so really looking to keep the pressure on. Not going for any of the Lost Chapter components. Just wants to have as much damage as possible. Especially as he's approaching level 6. He wants to have that all-in potential available for him.
All right, looking to collapse here is Crisp, and he is just frontlining like crazy. He's got the crit and will go push forward. First blood given over to the Senna. That is the power of this set support with the Aftershock. Are they going to punish him here is the question. Going to go for an early flash to deny it entirely, but keep in mind that TP had to be used by 369 to get down here. Meanwhile, Khan's all by himself in the top side, getting plates, getting farm. And Doombe's down here, thinking about a play, but he's all alone, so not going to go for that one.
Well, FPX, they are up 1,000 gold, and it's only 6 minutes in. So they have to be feeling pretty good about themselves. Khan is going to manage to get himself, I believe, a second turret plate. He does. So 1,500 gold lead here for FPX.
Wow.
At 6.5 minutes in the game is not what Top Esports would like, but they do have the first dragon. And the second one of the game is a Cloud Drake. So we're guaranteed a meaningful soul. As we take a look at how this transpires, and take a look at this Face Breaker. Absolutely beautiful 3-man if you count the Yuumi as attached. And FPX, they pick up a kill. TS trying to get some value there, turning stuff around. As now we cut back into live.
Yeah. And the TP was just kind of desperate at that point. It was a little bit too little too late. After Crisp had landed that insane engage. By the way, Khan's going for this level 6 on level 5. Gets the knockback. There's the second one. Just going to lay down a bit of damage. We have Doombe coming in here. He's got the equalizer. Will he go for it? You better bet he does. As then he goes in with the flash. Picks up the easy kill. As 369 still did not have his flash available. That's FPX now up 2 kills. As a nice little roam comes in from Doimie.
And the scary thing is that, remember, FPX, they're the ones with the better mid-late game. And TS, they needed to win. They needed to be ahead in some of these areas, and they're just not really finding any success. Also, Syndra even stunting her build a little bit. Double Doran's ranked. And you can see Jackie Love he's trying to do whatever he possibly can, but Senna is so obnoxious at sustaining through when she's already stabilized.
Yeah.
Jerom's Fist plus the Grasp of the Undying. It's very hard to move her.
Yep, good luck with that. She's not nearly as squishy as she looks right now. And so Karsa is going to try to get TES back on the board. He says, okay, let's go for an early play here. As Tiana looked like he soaked up mid and then maybe took a couple camps and went back. Not quite on the Warrior enchant just yet. It'll be, oh man, they're just staring at each other. This feels like the LPL.
Well, 2,000 gold lead now for FPX. As they're looking to get another turret plate down here in bot lane. They should be able to get it. I mean, there's still 5 minutes on turret plates remaining. Things are looking very disastrous for Top Esports. Olaf just continuing to try to farm up, but I mean, Kindred is fine with this happening.
Yeah. This might be the biggest early game lead we've had all day. We've had some pretty decent early game leads here. This is really early on. I mean, it's 9.5 minutes into the game. Trying to kill Doimie, though, with the solo kill. He is going to get it just like that. Doimie with no flash used it up in the top side on the Jace. And he just gets punished for it. Knight once again saying, I'm going to carry this team regardless of how this early game goes.
Yeah. And, oh, Tien up here.
Now we got a bit of a double knock-up. Should come in Tien, waiting on the ultimate. Khan flashing away, going to have a little bit of help from his friend Senna in the bottom side. Now Tien can kind of just hang around.
Yeah. Karsa just not really there in time, and 369 is really just being bullied around right now. Khan gonna end up shoving in this wave. Should be able to get another turret plate, so that'll be 4 turret plates on this Wukong. And we just take a look at how this transpired. Doinb, he's able to get away with this if Knight has to respect the Kindred, but you can see the vision that Knight had. Basically lets him call Doinb's bluff there and just punish the attempted shove that he was going for. So a bit unfortunate. Miramana is going to be stacking up here by Knight. He already has the Sheen available as well. Still a 2,000 gold lead, though, for FPX, and Dragon is live. Kindred's only at 3 marks right now, though.
Picks up the 4th right there. So that's a very nice little stack to get. 4th pretty important here. As he's moving on in, he's just sidling around, seeing what he can see. See if he tries to get in there for the smite. He will, and he gets it. Tien is in and out in a flash. And meanwhile, Jace is not here again. And so Khan says, I'll just use my teleport for lane. I don't need to use that now. Let me take down the turret at 11.5 minutes.
Yeah, this is one of the worst situations in the world if you're top esports here.
Equalizer a little bit funky there, but doesn't end up allowing his team to pick up the kill, as they will disengage.
Wukong has 5 turret plates and first turret gold inside of him. Karsa flashing away.
Yeah, nice Rift Herald, guys.
Yeah, that was a really good Rift Herald. I mean, yeah. It was fine, Valdez.
3 tiers.
So negative. Jeez.
Gotta love it. Top esports, the only thing that seems to be okay is the bottom lane, where they're getting a little bit of chip damage. They're onto some plates. Other than that, it's not very fun. Khan looking for even more chip damage on a 369, but there are a lot of teammates nearby. Shakulov gonna throw down the ultimate. Teleport now coming on down, but it's a little bit too little too late, as it feels like action is never stopping here on the Rift.
Yeah, and Oblivion Orb was picked up by Rumble, so with the Sork Pen boost, has the 33 pen, which is really problematic for a lot of these champions right now that are not going to build any magic resistance, because you need Ninja Tabai and just armor against the Wukong Kindred Senna set. So, going to be very difficult to itemize against this Rumble. Taking a look at this replay once again, another very nice pickup by the Kindred, as Infernal Dragon will be the soul of the game. Okay, all right, well, I mean, Karsa probably gonna maybe be subbed out after the next one. I'm not really sure where his mental is gonna be out at the end of this game.
Yeah, maybe the single most tilting thing so far. Even more than anything else in this one, as that was at 1 health. And now they're down 2,500 gold on FPX, so they've certainly turned their game around. That blue buff, well, okay. A bit of damage being put down here. We got the TP coming on in, seeing if they can land a stun onto LWX. Chris in a very wonky spot here, but the Senna gonna keep him alive for a long time. Baits him into the equalizer, but do they have the follow-up damage? Is the question. In goes Khan, gets a double knock-up. There's another one. Karsa will be going down. The Yumi's gonna die in transit, just for the little bit of extra bonus, as even Knight can't stop them this time. That is 4 kills for FPX, who are the ones who started that fight.
And I just feel like this game is probably over at this point, and I say that because the Wukong is so far ahead.
Look at him.
I think he's 2.5 levels up on Jace right now. And remember, he has 5 turret plates, has the solo first turret gold, inside of him. Trinity Force into tab. I mean, FPX, they're scaling better than their opponents, but they're already so far ahead. So Top Esports are constantly playing catch-up, and they're just never going to be able to stabilize. So this next Dragon is also going to go the way of FPX, and when you consider what that means to get an Infernal Dragon on so many champions that are physical damage and have on-hits and things of that nature, it's just such an insane Dragon to get this early on. The Syndra, given that she's in bot lane, she doesn't have those base levels, which means that she's hitting her passives on the abilities even later. And so she's going to be stifled in this game even more so. And it's a 5,000 gold lead at 15 minutes.
Yeah. Kana's just laughing at them. I can imagine him cackling at his seat right now as, he forces a TP, he wastes Syndra's time. He's 3-0-3, picks up a Caulfield's Warhammer, and, I mean, there's no way that Top Esports can fight over this next Dragon. So I misspoke earlier. I said that FPX started the fight. I meant TES. And it kind of baits themselves into this long, drawn-out chase down fest.
Well, this was just a bit of a slaughter, as 4 of the kills going the way of FPX. And as we come back into live Top Esports, they're summoning a Rift Child, but it's the second one of the game. There's no turret plates to get. This is going to be an Infernal Dragon going over for free to FPX. And Senna, let's see what she gets. Oh, I guess not.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. There's no resistances right now for the Corki. No Hex Shrinker. He's trying desperately. Okay, the Equalizer comes down.
Oh!
That's so much burn.
No Leandres.
Ooh. Oh, well,
there
you go.
There it is.
That's what happens when you finish Morello. And, well, this is what happens when you finish 369. Oh, okay. Never mind. That was a nice little flash that Chris failed. Gave us a little thumbs up there. Doinby, he's going to be taken down. Shut down, actually, by the Olaf single-handedly in the top side as LPL action. It never ends. The Yuumi on top here is going to try to interrupt the ultimate of 10 there, but it's not quite going to be enough as they will eventually take out the 2 of them here. In comes LWX just to pretend like he was part of it. As, okay, they do get the Kindred at the end of it all. Jackie Love desperately trying to chase him down, but that's not really going to pan out.
So it ends up being a 2-for-1 down in bot lane, but the turret also goes down as well. Meanwhile, Olaf did get a lot of solo farm up in top. And remember, he did get the shutdown onto Doinby. And the Senna's build is very obnoxious for the members on the side of Top Esports to deal with. It's Frozen Mallet. As Doinby, he does just end up going down.
Yeah. Here, I mean, this is the second time around, right? They're just in it to win it. As Tian, yes, he does feed a kill over tonight. We'll have to wait and see if the Corki can do the same amount of carrying that we saw LeBlanc do in their first game against Damwon for Top Esports.
Well, 3 minutes. Infernal Drake. As at this point, I'm not totally sure what Top Esports can really hope to accomplish, because you can see that even on their item completions, they're still a step behind FPX. And then when you factor in the base levels, things get more problematic there as well. 2 levels still in top lane, 1 level in the jungle, I believe almost 2 levels in the jungle. I think that Tien is very close to hitting level 12. 369 did just ding level 11. Both bot laners level 10, so it's a 2-level gap in bot as well. And base stats are a very underappreciated advantage in League of Legends.
Yeah, certainly it's nothing to ignore. You do have to factor it in. And I'd love to see the Kindred's marks as well, because She got an extra one after the dragon fight that happened earlier on, the 4-for-1, and I think that was number 5 or 6. So she's probably getting close to 7 or even larger at this point. We'll have to take a look in just a bit. So, you know, you were talking about that slow eventual scaling that comes in. I mean, when you're 5,000 gold ahead on top of that, you're going to be having a fun time.
Yeah.
Really fun time.
And the game is looking pretty rough right now. Minute and a half until another Infernal Dragon comes up. And it looks like both teams are fine with taking stuff a little bit slow and stable.
Well, this Rumble's in the jungle. Gonna force that Ragnarok to come on down.
Yeah, even forces out one of the smites. Now they're gonna steal away the blue buff, and this actually gives Kindred a mark. And I'm not sure why. What?
Wait, what? It must have been taken already.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Because the mark like remains on the minimap for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would love to
I'd love to know.
click on the Kindred and see exactly how many stacks. That would be helpful. Yeah, so
Senna's at 56. And we're waiting.
We know about her stacks.
One of these days, we're going to know about Kindred stacks, not Senna's stacks.
Yeah.
That's all that, you know.
Eventually.
Yeah,
Is this what an LPL all state is like?
Ooh.
I saw a lot of, like, 22-minute Barons in the, you know, like the semis, the finals, 3rd and 4th place match of the LPL spring. So I was excited for, you know, maybe that could happen here in this game. But Karsa, you can see he was just laying down some vision, not actually going to go for it. Tan here, okay, he's got 8 stacks. 8. It's okay. It's all right.
Fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be okay with 8. And it looks like the next mark actually went onto the Baron. So, not going to be on the Dragon just yet. Crispy, you know, he's got adaptive helm. Like, the Cinder doesn't really do anything to him at this point. Especially because it's a set. I mean, he's, you know, even if he takes a bunch of damage, he'll be able to shell it right back in your face. So, we'll see. I mean, what does Top Esports have as a plan? That was a really nice little, I don't even know what you would call it, like a... Okay, well, anyway, I'll be interrupted. That's a Syndra. Doesn't even bother to flash. He's like, okay, I'm dead. You know, just take me with you. I'm ready to play in our last game. As there really was no hope for the Syndra in that case.
Yeah, not really much Jackie Love could do there. And like you were pointing out, the adaptive helm, I mean, it's not even just against the Syndra, it's also against Yuumi and Corki.
True.
The item is very good against. 4 minutes until Infernal Soul is going to come up on the map. And FPX, I mean, if you really want to display slow and steady, you can. Because every item completion just makes it that much harder at this point for Top Esports.
Okay, interesting TP. You're going to have to try to disengage, although Knight is, you can see he's the one member that's really confident on the side of TES. That's a fast. Khan in the back line was considering a flank, and another... Okay, everybody's just TPing all over the map. There's the knockup that's going to come on in. 369 says, oh yeah, I'm Jace. Not very tanky, and Jackie Love this time is going to have that flash. That's why you save it for the next fight as Chris, again, the Kindred ultimate reminds me of, you know, big flashbacks back of game number 1. That's a nice little root is going to come down there. They finally trade back some damage, but FPX have to go back home with their tails between their legs.
Yep.
Top Esports not going to go for Baron, but nice little fight back by their team.
And so they managed to gain some ground right now. FPX are still ahead about 5,000 gold, although that's going to dissipate a little bit. Now at 4.5, roughly, at the end of it. And that was just Crisp looking for some sort of a miracle flip, but not going to end up getting it. I mean, take a look at this one. This one was pretty simple. Just presses the Q, finds Syndra, presses the R, followed by the E.
You're very good at spelling LS.
Yes.
That's why you're named LS. Just 2 letters. No problem. Yeah.
Wow, that's one of the best compliments I've ever received. Just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not Not the best at your sight, but you've got other things going for you.
Well, I think Chris probably not the best at his site either. As could not quite find an engage there. Was not able to see one.
Yeah.
Ended up just dying for no reason. Minute and a half, or 2 minutes until the Infernal Soul comes up. The Black Cleavers on the Olaf and the Jace. Monomune as well on the Jace, so definitely a little bit bizarre. They're really shredding up the armor so that she needs to kill magic damage with being used a couple times. Just want to point that one out for you.
Great.
And minute and a half until Infernal. And I think that everyone on the side of FPX, everything else is pretty other than like the extra turn. They don't like in. And it's like Nudity is going to Banshee fail as this next item. So up against this nice magic as well as CR and AP. This is going to be Top Esports' last stand.
I mean, they were able to put up a last stand last time, but that's because we saw Chris from TP in the backline die and made his team into really precarious spots. I doubt, he doesn't have TP this time, so that's not happening. And they're just going to have to come straight at FPX here into the Infernal Drake. You can see they're posturing in the mid lane looking for some kind of angle. They want to fight in open space against especially the Rumble. These LPL teams, they really don't care about where the enemy team is. They're like, hey, you don't want to come at us? We're doing Baron. By the way, you are now forced to come at us. We have healing. What are you going to do? But they're bunching up now into a little corridor, and there it is. They're looking for the Syndra and the huge suplex into the front line. It was basically they catch the 2 carries immediately. Nothing that Knight could do. He was CC'd from alive, 100% to death. And now FPX will look to end the game as Khan is on the duty of stopping the backs.
Oh, and I think actually he's going to get a kill. Yeah, make it 2.
And make it 2. As Carson says, yeah, just take me with you. I don't care. That's going to be it. That will be the end of their 2 lives. As will they try to end? I mean, there's still 10 seconds on the. Well, they don't really push fast enough. I think they'll just probably take the inhibitor and recall after taking all the gold and as well as the Infernal Soul, and then regroup for the next push.
And, well, FPX, I mean, they busted the game wide open. It's Infernal Soul. They end up raising a couple of turrets. Teleport's going to come out by Top Esports to maybe try to do a Desperation Baron, but, I mean, they had no business doing this Baron. And that superplex by Chris onto Knight, also delivering a cat as well, so it was definitely a 2-for-1.
Chris is both the LVP and the MVP so far, least and the most. And, I mean, I don't know, just go for the recall there. Maybe just saying, well, I gotta help my teammate, I guess. As no Desperation Baron did take place. And now it's FPX with Infernal Soul and a 6-0-5 Wukong.
Yep.
A incredibly fed team. Like, everybody's super fed. I don't even need to name names right now. As Karsa, he is on the Olaf, so he's not going to die just yet, but he gets pushed away. As FPX do posture for the Baron.
And they're just playing this very reserved right now. They have the super minions in bottom. Okay.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna bait 369 into this one, and down he will go. As I said, everybody's fed, even the set. Just gonna smash his face in. As the Jace really hasn't been much of a factor in this game just yet,
and
from minute 1.
I believe that the way that super, the way that those minions are, that will raise Nexus turrets.
Yeah.
They are not going in a singular line, so Jackie Love with his teleport, he's going to be on duty to clear them.
Yeah, and FPX say, okay, I mean, We're just going to go ahead and take the Baron now. Knight, he is no stranger to being on Corki and winning 2v4s around the Baron, but this is a little bit of a different scenario compared to the finals. Either way, though, he is going to stop that Baron as FPX are strangely careful. They say, we're not going to fool around. We're going to play it safe. We want to pick up this win. There's a lot of money on the line, by the way, for this tournament, guys. So you better believe these players are going hand in terms of how they want to play this.
And, I mean, this is just a replay of them getting the kill on 369, but FPX, even with the Infernal Soul, they're playing so reserved and cautious. It's very surprising to see. Because if Top Esports ever tries to fight them, they will just run them over with this Infernal Soul. It's also triple Infernal Drake.
Yeah.
Amplifying the soul, so quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to, as a team, you can one-shot pretty much any member on the side of Top Esports. I guess they're saying, you know, why take a fight where Knight has room when we can just wait until he gets out of position and do what we did last time. As you can see, the amount of damage they have is going to force the Ragnarok already. And, okay, well, Jan's just going to start it here. Okay, this time we're going to just flash away from that one. Jackie Love not really too healthy there, as now the TP is going to come in from the set. They're going to turn their sights finally onto this Baron. As Khan waits in the wings. I don't think they have any idea he's here, but now they're going to know. As with the TP coming in, Khan, again, just going to play it safe. They're not ready to take the risk.
I'm not totally sure.
Perhaps too many lost games against a Fed Corki.
I'm really trying to make sense of what is going on in terms of how cautious they're being. This is going to cause Elder to spawn.
Yeah. And it does mean that, you know, we could have mistakes made, we could have shenanigans, traded buffs. You know, what if FPX choose the Baron? Seen that before. Chris, he's pretty tanky, but he's better at full-on engaging, not getting poked out. So he's got to be careful about just eating free damage. Everybody's backing, as it seems like now we're just going to set our sights on the Elder Drake. The best buff in the current patch of League of Legends. I think that can kind of be fully agreed upon by everyone.
And 35 seconds until it ends up spawning, which now this gives Top Esports actually something to fight towards, and they've been allowed to get some more core items, and this is really scary. Why was this ever allowed to reach this point? They have all of their summoner spells up at some point. You can just go ham with Wukong, just diving in at them. Backed by Equalizer and whatnot. With the Infernal Soul, you just tear them apart. They have no resistances, basically, on any champion.
He's really fast. As Top Esports going to start this one up. And again, you got to be careful about this. You're up against a Rumble, but they're just trying to burst it down. And can they? There's no real vision on this. Finally, it comes in. It's going to come down to the Kindred ultimate to save it for now. But it goes, okay, it is going to go the way of FPX, and that will be the end of the game. It was a little bit too close. As Knight, okay, he's really laying in the damage with that Yuumi. As, okay, with the Elder buff, they are going to continue pushing here. FPX straight down the mid lane.
They're coming down mid. They have Senna for healing. They have a minion wave. And I just can't imagine. Okay.
Oh, Knight's going to dodge it. It's all up to him. But there's just simply not enough building health for him to do anything. GG, FPX win in 35 minutes. as the Nexus will be taken down in the LPL matchup.